Tacoma Arts Live is pleased to present Get on the Bus, an original all-ages play by Milo Mowery. Thalia is about to board a bus headed for a demonstration for immigrant rights. She's trying to convince her friend James to join her when Miss Vivian, a veteran of the civil rights movement, arrives.
People are being locked up and locked away from their families. People are being locked up, and not because they committed a crime, but because they might be without the right papers, or because they're asking for protection in this country. That's enough now, to have folks locked up and locked away. People like my parents. What if my parents were just taken away when I was a kid? What if yours were? Hola, Mama.
Thalia, ¿dónde estás?
I told you I had a thing, Mama.
Mija, por favor no vayas a la protesta.
But the protest is important.
No meterte en problemas es importante. Enfocarte en la escuela es importante. Mija, tengo miedo que te vayan a detener.
But the bus is about to leave. I'm going.
Mi amor, por favor.
I'll be fine. I promise. Pop quiz. What happens when your parents worry too much about you?
I guess you do what your parents want you to do. What'd she say?
She's afraid I'm gonna get arrested.
Yeah, see?
And she said to just focus on school.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We have more important things to worry about.
Here's another test question for you. How many immigrants are detained every day and not for any crime?
I have no idea.
42,000 individuals in our country are detained every day. This is important, James.
Woo! Don't leave without me. Don't. Woo! Leave. Oh, without me. Excuse me. I'm going to the protest. That's right, I am. You getting on that bus too, aren't you, young man?
Yes, we are.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm not. There's already a lot of people going. I don't need to go myself. I'm just a kid, and I've got a big test on Monday. I'm going to be a doctor. I can't be arrested, and this really isn't about me anyway.
What do you mean this isn't about you?
Bus is leaving. Time to go.
Hold on just a minute. What do you mean this isn't about you?
I'm sorry, ma'am. Who are you again?
What do you mean again? I didn't tell you the first time. My name is Miss Vivian. And I'm getting on this bus. And so are you. Your friend here really needs you to go with her.
Well, we were just talking.
Do you think when Dr. King told all those people about his dream, it was for some of us?
No, but I
And
mean, like...
when he was locked in that Birmingham jail, and he said that thing about injustice, what was that thing he said about injustice?
An injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
That's right. An injustice anywhere is a... What was the rest of it?
Is a threat to...
Not you. Him. Say it. The whole thing.
An injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Dr. King said that in a letter from jail.
Yoo-hoo! Ma'am, we really don't want to be late for the rally at the Capitol.
Hold your horses. You don't want to leave without all three of us.
Listen, I promise I'll tweet about it.
You'll Twitter what about it? Listen, it takes real sacrifice sometimes to have your voice be heard. Let me tell you a little bit about myself and Dr. King and protest. I was there during the civil rights struggle in the South. I know what it's like to get on a bus and protest. Getting on a bus to fight injustice. Come on, let me show you how it was. Now, when I was your age, things were a lot different. In parts of America, there was segregation. Do you know what that is?
Yes, ma'am. The Jim Crow laws in the South. You know what? I know all about that.
What is segregation?
Segregation is when African Americans weren't allowed to be in the same public spaces as white people. Like when black kids had to go to different schools than the white kids.
That's right.
And the Supreme Court decision, Brown versus Board of Education, ended segregation in public schools.
Yeah, that was like 1,000,000 years ago.
Pardon me, young man, but that was not 1,000,000 years ago. I myself went to the segregated school.
For real?
For really real. And you know what? Even after the Supreme Court ruling of Brown versus Board of Education, segregation continued in the South. In restaurants and lunch counters and in bathrooms and even in schools. Despite the Supreme Court decision, the work was not done. In 1957, the governor of Arkansas actually ordered the National Guard to prevent 9 black kids from entering their public high school in Little Rock. It took the president and the U.S. Army to escort those children back into their school. Those babies were spit on and called horrible names and harassed their entire school year.
Were you spit on?
Yes, I was spit on.
What'd you do?
Well, like we learned in Little Rock, just because the Supreme Court says no segregation, people still were going to do it. So, I joined a group of civil rights activists, black and white, who got on buses and traveled into the deep South to test the Supreme Court ruling and challenge the injustice that continued. We were called the Freedom Riders. This is our story.
Bus.
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 Get on the bus.
It was a movement
Bus.
Get on the bus.
for freedom.
Get on the bus.
It took lots of people to make the movement happen.
Movement.
Movement.
Get on the bus.
I was ready to stand up for equal opportunity and the rights of all. I told my parents I was going to be a part of the movement.
The Freedom Rides on the bus.
The Freedom Rides on the bus. My dad was not happy.
I know you want to get on the bus and ride for justice, but you have to get ready for college in the fall.
I will get ready for college, Dad, but I have to do this first.
What if you get arrested?
And it's dangerous. You know what happened to that first bus of Freedom Riders, Vivian?
I know, Mama.
Klansmen stopped the bus in Anniston, Alabama on Mother's Day of all days and set that bus on fire.
I don't care how dangerous. Dr. King says, a true measure of a man is not where he stands in comfort, but where he stands in times of controversy. We can change the nation's understanding. Well, my parents were all for civil rights, and they were brave as anyone, but they didn't want their only daughter risking her future and her life.
I'm sorry, Vivian, but I'm putting my foot down. You are not getting on that bus tomorrow.
It's for your own safety.
The next day, my best friend Carl showed up at the door.
Hey, Vivian.
Hey, Carl.
You ready to get on the bus and ride to Alabama?
Vivian's not allowed to go.
My parents aren't letting me.
I can't believe your mama would let you go, Carl.
Listen, the whole world is watching. Change is coming, and it starts with us. Each of us. If black and white kids can't even ride a bus together, how are we ever going to be able to work together, or live together, or vote side by side? There's laws down there that say that black people can't eat with white people, that they have to drink out of different fountains and ride separately on the buses. As Dr. King said, an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I'll watch out for Vivian. We'll stand together.
Well, Carl convinced my parents. That's the power of friendship. My parents took us down to the Greyhound bus station, where there were lots of folks getting ready to get on the bus.
Even if I'm worried about you, And even though I wish you'd find another way to help out Rhett while staying here at home, I'm proud of you.
I said goodbye to my parents, and we got on the bus.
Thank you for watching Get on the Bus. For learning activities connected to this production, visit tacomaartslive.org/video. This digital service is made possible thanks to you and other supporters of Tacoma Arts Live, your local nonprofit performing arts organization. Learn more at tacomaartslive.org/support. Thank you.